Hey guys, I'm Allie. Thank you for tuning into my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about my battle versus the rabbits in my garden. So I started noticing the rabbits in our garden pretty early on. It was basically after I started transplanting my broccoli that I noticed that they were making their new home in our garden. I would go out in the garden in the morning just to take a look at our garden, and I would see the bunny right away running away from me as soon as it saw me, so I knew that it was doing something that was not good. I planted about 20 broccolis out there, so I was super excited to see how they would grow. Bunnies are the second most destructive wild animal that could be attacking your garden, second to deer, so not a good thing. This is my first year dealing with rabbits in my garden, so you guys are going to see how I handled with this new issue. So if you guys like today's video, make sure you hit like and subscribe so you guys can follow along my garden journey. Alright guys, let's get growing. Or should I say, let's get bunny hunting. Look at that majestic.
Maybe we're supposed to have the best alpha kitty of all time.
Once I noticed they were getting destroyed more and more every day, I knew I had to act fast. So I laid out this plastic netting for the first night just to protect them. I knew it was rabbits destroying them because the base of the stalks were cut on a blunt angle and their delicately nibbled leaves were scattered all over the ground. So I lured in my teammate to help me put up this fence. It was hot and windy as heck, so cold beverages were needed to be on standby at all times.
How wide do you want it? Like here, wide?
Like maybe right here.
What about this? Kale? So here?
Yeah, we'll include the kale. We'll go like an angle and then
Like
along
this?
the beets. Yeah. Well, actually maybe a little bit over so we have like a little bit of space to walk through.
Big stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 smaller sticks. This will be a straight line next week. Here. 1, 2.
This accuracy though. Can you tell he flies planes?
Now, when do you want me to start angling?
Oh, I don't think it should be that far in, baby, because we're gonna have a little tomatoes here. I wanted it like right here.
Is that close?
Well, like right here. He deviated off his waypoint just a smidge, but he was close and his effort to succeed is noted. Now the bunnies are gonna hate us.
Good.
Yeah. We don't like bunnies.
Not anymore, we don't.
What? I need your help.
Okay, have fun. Alright.
After all that hard work banging in some poles, I was down a vital player in my rabbit wall of doom constructing. But that didn't stop me. I had to carry on and build this wall before nightfall, before I risk more broccoli's fate. So my broccoli has been getting attacked by rabbits, so I decided that the best idea was to put a little plastic netting with stakes that I bought from Home Depot in between. I've been reading up online that bunnies actually dig about 6 inches deep under fencing, so I don't plan on digging the fence that deep. I've been planning on potentially putting little bars across the bottom of the fencing. If I catch the bunny, great, but if not, then at least we have some kind of protection. Doesn't really look great in the garden, so I don't really want it, but if we have to have it, that's the way it is. There are many rabbit repellents you can use on the market, or it can even be made at home. I've read that some people use apple cider vinegar, soap, cayenne pepper, and even human urine. But I'll stick with my plastic fencing attempt for now. So I went back the next day and I tied up the netting to the poles with a metal twist tie. And then I added some extra poles we had at the base of the netting to protect it from any scavengers trying to enter through the bottom. It actually ended up turning out pretty decent. And from afar, it actually doesn't look that bad, however, I prefer not to have the fence. This is the first year we've actually ever had rabbits in the yard, so we have to adjust to our new guests. So now that the fence is built, I'll show you guys how it performed. I filmed the broccoli growing over the next few weeks, and let me just tell you, it would have got an A for effort and a D for performance. So this is week 1. The broccoli seem to be growing more leaves, and I'm not finding any leaves on the ground, so this is a good sign. And the cauliflowers I replanted beside the carrots don't look too bad either, and they're not getting attacked. So this is the biggest one growing at this point, and it's looking promising and healthy, and soon the broccoli will grow from the center. So we were also having issues with the rabbits eating the strawberries next to the vegetable garden. I would go out and I would notice that there's all these flowers growing and it would look beautiful, and then I go out the next day and it was just left with a little stump and little flower petals on the ground. So that was another issue that we were facing. The strawberries are forming here, as you can see from the center of the flower. This process of the strawberries growing is actually so pretty as it grows. Then I went back a few days later and there were barely any flowers growing, and it was pretty disappointing. I think next year we'll either build a barrier around them or grow them in containers, or we'll just pray that the rabbits don't return next year. Okay, back to the broccoli. So at this point it's been about a few weeks of just letting the broccoli do its thing, and every day it seems that I find less and less leaves on the stalks. So at this point I just decided to let nature do its thing and keep the stalks in the ground so the rabbits will focus all their attention on that one vegetable and leave everything else alone that's kind of in the barrier of the fencing. So yeah. This stalk literally has no leaves on it anymore. And the row beside the carrots have distracted them so far from finding a new food source, but I'm starting to get worried they'll change course and gnaw on the beets or the carrots growing nearby. At this point though, I've lost hope and started leaving the leaves on the ground for them and pulling the barren stalks to make room for stepping around the zucchinis and squashes that are growing. And look what I found! The break in the fencing where the bunnies are getting in and out. So I patched it up with the shovel, but honestly, I'm not going to stress about this anymore. I'm just going to let them live. Alright guys, so clearly my plastic fencing technique did not work, and it did not stand up to the test of these seasoned pros. The plastic is clearly not strong enough for their chompers, and I think next time I probably would have went with like a metal fencing with PVC coating or something that's a little more stronger that could stand up to them, but this was not permanent. I did not want this fence to be here throughout the season. I'll probably start thinking about taking it down once the carrots and the beets and the cauliflower, things that they like, once they're pulled, I'll think about taking the fence down, because it really is kind of inconvenient to be going around it, and it is kind of hard to move around, but it was worth a shot. So all in all, I think it was a really good lesson about rabbit control, and yeah, I think next time I'll just choose something else. So next episode, we'll stay on topic with pest control, and we'll talk about all the insects that are living in my garden and trying to destroy everything. Alright, so I hope you guys liked today's video. Yeah, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and thank you for tuning in. Thanks guys, bye. Pest control.
Firewood.
Hi.
Fire starter. I think that's like $100 of wood.
Yeah. Kinda. And issues with the rabbits. Just leaving it doing. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for my next video.